Who among us has never cried, been disgusted, or shivered while watching an anime? No matter the genre, shonen, seinen, shoujo, we have all, at some point, been moved by a legendary scene. To the extent that some of these scenes will stay with us for the rest of our lives. So I propose that we relive these moments engraved in our memories, those instances frozen in time, those events that confirmed our love for anime. And if you want to make me feel something too, don't hesitate to subscribe and like this video to show your support. 1. Tanjiro's mark awakens. How could I talk about iconic scenes without starting with Demon Slayer? We find ourselves in episode 17 of season 2, a season that keeps intensifying with each episode. Just when we think the climax has been reached, new events raise the tension even higher. Tanjiro seems to be the last conscious Demon Slayer, his allies are mutilated, buried under debris, and despair is total. Gyataro, the upper moon demon responsible for this carnage, revels in the situation. But before finishing off his opponents, he wants to feed on their despair. The demon launches into a legendary monologue, with an XXL performance by Seiyuu Ryuta Osaka. Tanjiro is cornered, and all the viewers wonder how the heroes can escape. After being beaten down, Tanjiro makes one last desperate attempt. The Ost kicks in, and with a powerful headbutt, the Demon Slayer turns the tide. The demon finds himself on the ground, about to be decapitated. We start to regain hope, then thunder rumbles, and Zenitsu emerges from the rubble to confront Daki. He goes even further, and after executing a technique with divine animation, he too is on the verge of decapitating Gyataro's sister. But it seems too easy after all, Gyataro had already defeated them all. So the demon gets back up and repels Tanjiro. When he is just moments away from killing our protagonist, a revenant from hell makes his appearance. And from this exact moment, the episode will forever be legendary. Just from the sound of the Ost, we know what awaits us. The Hashira Tenjin seems more confident than ever and will deliver a truly spectacular fireworks display, repelling all the demon's attacks. The demon, in turn, decides to unleash his full power. Every frame, every blow, every attack, we feel the pressure of the battle, our BPM keeps accelerating. Then this moment I literally screamed with them. My heart was racing, then Tanjiro springs into action. Tenjin keeps taking heavy hits but continues to charge forward. Tanjiro is also pierced, and we think it's over, but no, our hero grabs his sword. Then, there it is, his blade ignites, his scar, his hair, he's done it. Tanjiro has awakened, and on the other side, Inosuke also gets up, and alongside Zenitsu, they decapitate the demon, giving us a memorable scene where our favorite trio, enraged, gives everything they have left to defeat two of the most powerful demons, two upper moons. 2. Madara crushes the Shinobi Alliance. One ninja alone forces thousands of others to be on guard. Every step this Uchiha takes shakes his opponents, who are 1,000 times more numerous. Every breath this revenant takes makes his adversaries pray. Every time someone meets Madara's gaze, they face death. Then, he charges. We think it's impossible. How confident is he? There are Kage, Naruto, and other renowned ninja in the ranks, yet the situation seems unfavorable for them. Then the time comes to face destiny, and the Ninja Alliance charges at one man. Or should I say one demon? Just this shot Madara continuing on his path, sending all these insects flying. No jutsu, just blows, a perfect choreography, a Sharingan that leaves no flaws. They attack all at once, but nothing works, no flaws are found. The Ost is dark and stifled by the sound of impacts, screams, and breaking blades. Just look at the shot, it shows Madara's superiority, one man reducing an entire army to nothing. Then, there it is, the demon's first jutsu, which forces dozens of other ninja to use their jutsu to stop it. Then a real carnage takes place in the fog of war. Nothing works, it's a true natural disaster. The Kage get involved and force Madara to use his impressive Susanoo. But it's not enough, he gets caught off guard. We think the monster can be defeated, but no, the Rinnegan appears. And with it, a technique that will chill the blood of all the ninjas present. Their eyes show resignation, he was far too strong for them. As the ninjas try to flee, the Tsuchikage tries to stop Madara's overwhelming attack with Gaara's help, and they succeed. The ninjas rejoice, but this shot, this sequence of shots, makes us realize the trick. A second meteorite crashes onto the fur. Erwin Smith's sacrifice. We find ourselves in Season 3 of Attack on Titan. The Survey Corps faces the Beast Titan, the Armored Titan, and the Colossal Titan. The situation is critical. It's impossible for Erwin's men to reach the Beast Titan, who keeps his distance while massacring the Corps from afar. We wonder how the commander can once again get us out of such a desperate situation. We find him having a private conversation with Levi. We learn that he plans to sacrifice the young recruits with a stirring speech. But he is aware that if he doesn't lead the charge, they will never follow him. But as he speaks these words, for the first time, we see the commander drop the mask. He, who is so close to the truth, the one he has sought all his life, risks dying without ever obtaining it. Everything he has done so far, all the lives sacrificed, all the heart-wrenching decisions, was in the hope of seeing this day come. To get the answers to his questions. And now that they are within reach, he must give them up. So he asks Levi what he should do. And Levi makes the decision for him. He must abandon his dream and die today, promising that he will kill the Beast Titan. Then the conversation ends with a resigned Erwin. Then the charge is given. The sound of galloping, the cries of the soldiers, Erwin's orders, the Ost kicks in, and we are about to witness history. Erwin, a true leader, leads the charge. While the cavalry creates a diversion, Levi flanks the Titan. Then a flashback tells us how Erwin managed to convince all these men to charge to their deaths. After the commander explained his plan, some of them asserted that it made no sense, the way they would die, even if it meant disobeying orders. Erwin affirmed it makes no sense. Whatever their dreams or hopes, however happy their lives may have been, everyone dies someday. But does that mean life is in vain? And all their comrades who died in battle, did their lives have no value? Certainly not. It's up to them to prevent them from dying in vain. These heroes who met a tragic end, it's up to them, the living, to carry on their legacy as their successors will do once they too die. It's the only way to rebel against this cruel world. And at that moment, the chills are at their peak. Erwin rallying the soldiers, the Ost, the shots, the voice acting, everything is legendary. Erwin's final words, the sacrifice of a hero who was only L dies in episode 25 at the age of 25. His death marks a turning point in the story. The villain had won, and the hero had lost. His death is so unexpected, as L seemed to have Kira under control, even managing to unmask him without ever getting him to confess. L's death is all the more infuriating because Light uses divine means to kill him, manipulating a death god, bending the rules, and not playing fair. It feels like cheating. Then the fateful moment arrives, and the death god unleashes his death note. A heartbeat resonates amidst an unsettling Ost. The shot then shifts to Light's gaze, and we understand the situation. The detective drops his spoon and collapses to the floor under Kira's diabolical gaze. Light takes him in his arms. The sound of bells rings out, evangelical shots follow, and we witness the death of L. Throughout these shots, Light's face gradually changes, a smile forms. The light becomes blinding. The bells stop. L's final image is the smiling face of his assassin holding him in his arms. His piercing gaze makes L understand that he was right all along. Light was Kira, and he knew it. Then his eyes close slowly, with no sound, total silence. Justice was defeated, leaving the viewers in shock at the death of the greatest detective the world had ever known. 5. The farewell to the going merry. Yes, I cried. I even cried bitter tears. The farewell to the going merry is, for me, one of the most emotional scenes in all anime. The intensity, the emotional depth, the impact on the story, and on us, the audience, were at their peak. It's just a ship sinking into the depths, yet it broke all our hearts. The Merry was the first ship of the Straw Hat crew. It was a gift from Usopp's friend, Kage. All its adventures, its journeys, and its memories were tied to it. But like all good things, the ship's journey had to come to an end. The scene where the Merry sinks into the depths is a heart-wrenching moment for everyone who followed the adventures of the Straw Hat crew. The Straw Hats bid farewell to their ship, thanking it for its service, and the Merry leaves with dignity. The scene is emotional, and the music that accompanies it makes the farewell even more heart-wrenching. The Going Merry will always be remembered as one of the most iconic ships in the history of anime.